Hey everybody, welcome back to my vegan kitchen. I've got a great recipe for you today. It is for spicy tofu.
I thought you forgot for a second.
No, it was a dramatic pause.
Okay.
Spicy-ish tofu. I love buffalo seasoning, aka red hot seasoning. It gives a lot of flavor. It's a little spicy. I don't think it's that spicy, but tofu is a staple of the vegan diet. Make sure you get the non-GMO one and everything will be okay. Alright, so I've got a block of tofu here that I've had sitting out most of the morning. And you can see when tofu sits around, it gives off some of its water. So we're going to get rid of that because we don't want that. If you're in a hurry, you can use a tofu press, or you could just use some paper towels. I could probably get more water out of this, than came out, but I'm not going to go crazy. Yeah, it is like a big sponge, which means it's going to soak up like a sponge and take on the flavor of what you put with it. So I've got my block here. I'm just going to cut it up. And what I like to do, you could do it in triangles, you could do it in like fingers, but
ew.
I know, it sounds pretty gross. Why would a vegan eat fingers? Alright, so I do in half across, and then I do 4 going this way.
Why would anyone eat fingers?
I don't know, it's gross. Then I turn it around this way, and I do it in half. And then I make these into 3s. It's easy in my mind to do the geometry when I do it like that. See how easy that was? This is going to be so good and so easy. So you kind of want to have them separate. Don't handle it too much because even though this is super firm, it's quite delicate. So just make sure they're separate, but don't like freaking throw them in there and manhandle them.
Even though it's a tough bitch, it's still sensitive.
Exactly. A few ingredients here. To the bowl, we're going to be adding avocado oil. Ooh. This is something I recently discovered and fell in love with. It's a... Not here.
Ew!
You know what? When you got 4 pets, things happen. We're going to only use 1 tablespoon of oil. Well, that wasn't very clean, was it?
Oh, no.
There was something stuck on there, but it didn't go in, so who cares? Then we're also going to add some soy sauce. If you don't want to use soy sauce, you can use aminos, liquid aminos. I'm going to put like 2.
2 what?
Tablespoons.
Okay. And all these measurements will be in the info box.
Because I measure everything.
The approximate measurements will be in the info.
Okay, only 2 more ingredients left. You might want to give this a stir. Now, let me show you this technique. It's very important. Get a paddle, a spatula, and go against the side of the bowl, up from the middle, and just lift it. You don't want to dig in here with a spoon because it's going to be like cottage cheese. You want to keep these cubes as whole as possible for as long as possible. So just make sure everything is nice and well coated. Now we're going to be adding arrowroot, or if you don't have fancy ingredients, you can use flour, you can use gluten-free flour, you can use cornstarch, or arrowroot. I thought this would be the less allergenic, I don't know if it's allergenic or non-allergy.
Okay.
I remember when my kids were small, they had arrowroot biscuits, and I thought that was because they were pretty basic. So if you've got digestive issues, go for the arrowroot. I'm going to put
We ate biscuits?
You ate biscuits as a kid. Yeah. Ooh, that was messy.
Whoa!
I'm gonna put about 3 tablespoons of that in there.
I heard there was a mess.
Yeah.
Hi!
Now I have my red hot seasoning because these are gonna be like buffalo-esque. You don't have to use this. You could make it just like this and it would be fine. Maybe add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. Or if you don't want to add the salt and pepper, the sauce that you add on later on, it's going to make up for it. But I like this. It's got salt in it already. It's got a little bit of spice to it. It doesn't have extra oil. I don't usually measure this. So I'm guesstimating how much I usually put in. I'm gonna say it's probably like...
so much outside of the spoon.
I'm saying it's probably like 2 teaspoons, maybe 1 teaspoon, depending on how hot you like it. You know.
Some like it hot.
Exactly. I mean, you can play around with this too. Now we're gonna gently mix it again. This is going all over the place.
No dumpies.
And that's what makes it taste good, when you get it all over the place. It's going to make like a coating on the outside of the tofu.
It's almost like a really thin breading.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. I probably went a little heavy with the soy sauce. You might want to... Uh-oh. It's okay. It just got knifed in the stomach. It's alright.
Oh no!
You might want to let it sit for a little bit, because then the longer you let it sit, the more it will soak up all of the flavorful goodness. But I don't have all day, so I'm just going to put it on my pan. I've got a piece of parchment on my pizza pan here. I'm just going to pile these up on the pan, and we're going to pop it in the oven in a minute as soon as I get these all set up. Alright, I got them all on the pan. Make sure there's room in between, because if not, they're all going to fuse together like one giant fart in there.
Ew!
So, you don't want the giant fart, do
That's
you?
disgusting.
Alright, this was a little soupy. If you want to add more arrowroot, that'll give you more of a crust on there when you bake it. So I'm just going to pop these in the toaster oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. You could flip it in the middle if you want, but you don't have to. Bye!
So crispy, beautiful.
Isn't it though? I didn't think it was going to be that crispy, but it did come out pretty nice
And that was
crispy.
super easy to make too.
It was.
Even I could do that. No comment.
If you want it even like more coated, like a breading, I would just add a little bit less of the soy sauce and a little bit more of the cornstarch / arrowroot / flour.
Yeah, that turned out nice though.
Oh, okay. Let's see how it tastes. It might be a little spicy for you, because I know you don't like spicy
I
food.
don't. I'm not a spicy person. Wow. Okay. Mmm.
You could put that on a salad.
Do you hear that crunch?
Yeah, that was nice.
It's a little hot, like temperature.
Oh, okay. But how about spiciness? Not too bad. Just a lot of flavor, right?
I like that a lot.
You could do a Buddha bowl
lot.
with that. You could do
Put it
a
on
stir
some
fry.
rice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All
We
right
had that
then.
With lunch.
Yes. All right, guys.
Try one.
Ooh, I want a little crispy one.
Just wait for that crunch. You're gonna be delighted.
Mmm.
Right?
It's really good.
The aftertaste is really good too. Just let that sit for a minute.
Mmm. Yeah, it's not
Right?
too spicy.
It's
just
nice.
It develops.
Nice.
All right. Well, please give it a thumbs up and give it a try. We really appreciate it. Lets us know that you like the video. Subscribe for more vegan recipes. And until next time, much love.